What's poppin' Creation Nation? It's your girl LYC and I'm back at it with another video. Today we're going to be talking about bladder infections. Yes, it's bladder infections. So basically, I'm bladder infection prone and it's aggravating. It's very aggravating. It's very easy for me to catch a bladder infection, and I tend to catch them in about a week, and by the end of that week my urethra is bleeding, and that's not good. And who likes that? And who wants that? And if you go to the doctor, like if you go to the doctor, you got what, a $40 copay. If you go to the ER, you got to spend $250 on top of the extra, like you got to pay $250 immediately, and then you got to pay like $4,000 over time. And if you go to the doctor, they're gonna give you a whole bunch of extra stuff that you don't need. So the first time I got this bladder infection, I went to the ER because I was like kind of freaking out. There was blood coming out of my urine. I didn't what it already burned a little when I peed, but now there is blood coming out. So you know your girl got freaked. She had to go somewhere. So I went straight to the ER. It was like 8 o'clock at night. When I get there, first of all, she is looking at the whole blood clot that just came out of my urethra, and she gonna ask me, "Are you sure you're not on your period?" If I'm telling you that it came out of my pee hole, the blood clot came out of my pee hole, is what I'm telling you. You gonna ask me if I'm sure I'm not on my... She said, "Well, there's a lot of blood." I know there's blood. Fix it, you know? So you're gonna have to deal with that. They charged me $250 just so that I could get the prescription paper to go home, and then get a call maybe a month later that says, "Oh, hey, your insurance doesn't cover anything. So guess what, sis? You owe us $5,000. Not paying that." So basically, the medicine that they gave me the first time I went, it only take a week to work, but it gives you like extreme diarrhea, like diarrhea every day, diarrhea, like explosive diarrhea. Like, go ahead and call out of work because it's not worth it, diarrhea. Which was not fun, and it came with a plethora of other side effects such as tiredness and just all of these effects that nobody wants. So I'm here to tell you how to naturally heal it yourself. What is a bladder infection? So a bladder infection is when E. coli and staph get into your your female area, and then it travels to your urethra from there. So that's how you get a bladder infection. It's caused by E. coli and staph, meaning you probably got it while you were doing the nasty, okay? And you're probably gonna be more likely to get it if you like incorporating your behind with the nasty, you know? So good ways to prevent yourself from getting bladder infections in the future is to just drink a cup of cranberry juice a day, or like a cup of cranberry juice a week. And to also make sure you're peeing before and after sex, which means if you know you're going to engage in sexual activity, drink 2 bottles of water before, or you're going to have to be like me, literally sitting on the toilet drinking an entire bottle of water until I pee. Don't be like me. Do not be like me. So yeah, I'm here to tell you how to naturally heal it yourself so that you don't have to do that anymore. Like, what do we look like? We're grown. We can use the natural herbs of the earth to heal our bodies. And why would I pay $5,000 for a doctor to give me some synthetic medicine when I could just go buy a couple things up at my grocery store and be fine in 2 weeks instead of 1? So basically, this natural remedy is going to take about 2 weeks to be, it's going to take 2 weeks to give you the heal all. Unfortunately, there are no natural pain relievers that I found, so I think you should try these two types of Azos. You can get them from your local pharmacy for about each $8 per pack. So it's $8 for each of them. One of them is a antibiotic, um, which honestly it does not help. Like, I tried just taking the Azos before, it does not help. You're not gonna get anywhere just taking this antibiotic and pain whatever. The maximum strength pain one, that one is really good for pain. By the way, neither of these do anything for itching. We're gonna talk about that in a second. um but yeah, so they really just only help with the pain. They do not really do anything about actually cleansing your body of the bacteria, but they do hold the bacteria back. So if you were going to pick any medicines to take for this, I recommend you get either of these and take them on a cycle. It says only take 3 doses a day. So what you're going to do is you're going to take them about every 4 to 6 hours, depending on how you're feeling. Basically, like, if you're not having any real bad itching or anything, you're not having any real bad pains, you could probably skip a dose. But if you hurt and you might want to, well, not even skip a dose, you might could wait a whole 6 hours. But if you feeling a lot of pain and like you just like it's really aggravating, you might want to take it in a 4 hour period. Basically, it takes 4 hours for any medicine to leave your body. So when you take it like 3 hours and 30 minutes in, you keep the dosage in your body. Only issue is that this medicine is not safe to do that with, so you have to kind of be a little inventive. Also, what else about that medicine? There was something else that I was supposed to say. Oh, also, the more, okay, so how do I put this? Basically, the more you take a medicine for something, the more immunity the bacteria gains to it. So you don't want to take the medicine too much, because the bacteria is just going to grow immune to it anyway, and it's not going to do anything for you. So definitely wait 4 to 6 hours before taking another dose, unless your symptoms are unbearable. And we're going to get into that next. So what you're gonna need as far as like naturally cleansing it, you can either get apple cider vinegar or apple cider vinegar pills. Or that's one thing, like you can get one or the other. I mean, if you want to do both, you can, because apple cider vinegar is a great thing to like just take on a daily to keep your pH balanced and keep your body balanced and your stomach acidic and all of that stuff. But yeah, you can get regular apple cider vinegar with the mother. Do not get nothing without mother. Get it with the mother. And you're gonna want apple cider vinegar pills. And honestly, you're gonna want both, because the apple cider vinegar is how you're gonna stop the itching. Which we're about to get again into that in a second. So you're gonna want to grab both of those, or if you don't mind taking shots of apple cider vinegar, just the apple cider vinegar. But if you cannot drink apple cider vinegar and water mixed together, if you cannot stomach it, if the smell is too much for you, grab some apple cider vinegar pills. My nose itches. But yeah, and then you're gonna want probably about a gallon to 2 gallons of cranberry juice. You're gonna want a case of water, and that's it. That's all you need. Deadass, that's all you need. So let's get into the regimen and how you're gonna take this. So I already told you how you're gonna take your medicines if you do get those and take those, but you actually don't need those. So 1 8-ounce bottle of pure cranberry juice will stop the bleeding immediately. Like, literally immediately. 1 8-ounce bottle of cranberry juice will stop. Like, say, okay, so I was getting on the plane, and when I went to the bathroom right before I got on the plane, or right before I left the house to go to the airport, I peed blood. So while I was in the airport, I grabbed a bottle of cranberry juice, and I downed it. And then I went to the bathroom about 30 minutes later. No blood. Nothing. Zilch. Nada. No blood. So that's gonna stop that. And that's also gonna pretty much cleanse your urethra and your pee area. Just, it's gonna cleanse your bladder of a lot of the bacteria. Only problem is that it's not a disinfectant and it can't kill the bacteria. So really what happens when you drink cranberry juice to cure a bladder infection is you're basically flushing it out, but it's a living organism, so it's just crawling back in, you know? So that's a vicious cycle you don't want to go through. Honestly, you could probably cure this in a week with this remedy, but I was testing everything out a lot, so that might be why it took me 2 weeks. But yeah, so you're gonna want to wake up and drink a bottle of water, and then at least a full 8-ounce glass of cranberry juice, and you're gonna want to take either 2 apple cider vinegar pills or whatever the recommended dosage is on the bottle. Do not take anything more than what is recommended, because in the end of the day, they made their product and they know what will and won't happen when you do things. But yeah, so take the recommended amount of pills. If you're not going to get the apple cider vinegar pills, you're gonna want to take a regular shot glass, fill that up with apple cider vinegar, pour that into a cup, and then pour water on top of that, and you're going to want to drink the whole thing. I personally just took the shot of apple cider vinegar. That kind of hurts, honestly. I could only do that one time. After that, what I would do is I would take the shot, and then like I would fill up the shot glass and then pour it in like a really small cup and put just enough water to make it not burn in the back, and then I'd force myself to drink all of that, because the longer that I'm drinking it, the more I don't want it. So I just have to get it over with personally for myself. But there are people whose family, you know, they regularly drink apple cider vinegar mixed with water, so they can handle it. So it's really just about how you feel and really what you want to do when it comes to curing that bladder infection. Yeah, there's nothing else. So yeah. Oh, and then how to relieve the itching. That's like the biggest part. I wanted to save it for last because I know nobody knows this. So basically, if you're itching real bad, like you can't, the itch will not stop. What happened was the bacteria left your urethra, it left your tube, and it went into your vaginal canal, and it's in there. So you're gonna wanna do a little douching, girl. You're gonna wanna cleanse out your hoo-ha. And then after you cleanse out your hoo-ha, every time you use the bathroom, you're gonna wanna wipe with apple cider vinegar. Don't put too much, but don't put too little either. Like you're gonna want to get a good amount on there, but don't have it just dripping down your legs and stuff. But you should feel moist, okay? And I'm sorry if you hate that word, but it's the best word to describe how you should feel. Oh, also, things to keep yourself clean, things to keep yourself from reinfecting yourself. You need to change your underwear daily. You need to change the towel you use to wash your hoo-ha daily. And you only want to wipe one time with tissue. So if you're like me and you get 100 squares of tissue to wipe your butt, and that's all the tissue you use, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to break them 100 squares up, okay? You're going to want to get like 3-4 squares at a time, and then wipe once with those 3-4 squares. Throw that in the toilet. Do not touch yourself again with that. Do not touch yourself again with that. Grab another 3-4 squares. Wipe the rest. Grab another 3-4 squares. Put the apple cider vinegar on it. Wipe again. Do not put anything on your hoo-ha that has been touched by the infected bacteria. But yeah, so if you've had a bladder infection and you've been trying to cure it naturally, those are the steps you're going to want to use, you know? Make sure you're changing your towels out daily. Make sure you're only wiping one time per tissue piece. Make sure you're only using cloths that you use on your hoo-ha one time. Make sure that if you didn't take a shower the night before, you're changing your underwear. And then make sure that you're drinking at least 8 to 16 ounces of cranberry juice a day, at least 16 ounces to a liter of water a day, and at least a shot of apple cider vinegar or taking apple cider vinegar pills every day. And you're going to want to do this every day for at least a week, maybe 2 weeks. But by 2 weeks, your symptoms should stop. Alrighty, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Catch you in the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out my other videos, check out my subscribe button, hit my engagement buttons down here. Don't play with me, play with your mama. I miss my smiley piercing. Like, I just miss it. I want it in my mouth again. Like, the hole is there. I don't know if you can see it, but the hole is there, but like, my jewelry is just too big. I don't like it. It's just so big. It get caught in spoons. It get caught on everything. Can't eat nothing. Can't eat no apples. Can't eat nothing. So, yeah, that's why it's not in. Anyways, yeah. So, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace.